Just a few days ago, we got the logo reveal and the brand new look for Jason Voorhees in the Jason universe. And if you're anything like me, you're asking yourself, what the hell is the Jason universe and why do I care? Hey, what's up everybody? Nick here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the Jason universe and all of the controversy online following the announcements that we got last week. Alright, let's just first and foremost talk about Friday the 13th in the current state that it's in. A24 is developing a series for Peacock called Crystal Lake, which is going to star Linda Cardellini as a young Pamela Voorhees. That's what we know. We know it's going to be a prequel of sorts. We also know that just like everything Friday the 13th over probably the last 2 decades, this has gone through multiple stops and starts because this franchise is cursed. What else do we know? Well, we know that Jason Universe with Horror Inc. has been announced, and it's going to lay the groundwork for the future of Friday the 13th projects moving forward. However, the last year or so since that's been a thing, the announcements we've gotten are logos and designs and empty platitudes about how we really hope to do this or that one day. That's the Jason universe up to this point. Now, in fairness, Crystal Lake is the beginning of that Jason universe, cinematic universe, on the small screen that doesn't have Jason in it, but whatever, I digress. Look, the internet was sent into a frenzy earlier this week because the design for Jason was problematic for a few reasons. One, a lot of people said they really did not care for the mask or the look at all. I happen to agree. I think the mask just looks, I don't even know how to put it. Another reason for controversy following this announcement was the similarities to the look from Never Hike Alone, which Womstomp Films took to Twitter and they directly called out, and rightfully so, because it definitely looks like they cribbed a lot off of those designs. So look, it's all fine and dandy. It's great to say, hey, we want to launch this new universe. We want it to have to do with everything Jason Voorhees, and we want to build this out for decades to come. The problem is, if you look in any of these statements, or you just look at their plans that they've already announced, you will find that a lot of it is empty promises, and it's stuff to just reel you, the fan, in so you can make them more money. What do I mean by that? Well, look, Crystal Lake is apparently happening. Now, cameras have not started rolling on that officially yet. Look, even as somebody that's not a die-hard Friday the 13th fan, and I never have been, I love Jason. I have a lot of love for that series, but it's not one of my personal favorites. I take issue with these announcements, so I can't imagine what it's like for somebody that is a die-hard Jason supporter and Friday the 13th lover. I can't imagine how they feel with all of this. And what do I mean by that? Look, this is a waste of everybody's time, in my opinion. Now, I fired off a tweet like this a couple days ago, and I didn't even check it for days, and I saw a bunch of hate comments on it, and I was like, wow, I really struck a nerve with this, I guess, but it looked like a lot of people agreed with what I had to say. I feel like it's a waste of everybody's time because you're not offering an actual structure, an actual plan for the future. Now, I understand why that is to a degree because you can't. You don't want to overpromise and underdeliver given the issues legally there. Totally understand that. But then I would follow that up with, then why even do this? Why announce this Jason universe? Why pretend like you are going to create this huge cinematic universe for one property when you know you are incredibly hamstrung with what you can and cannot do with the property? I just don't feel like it is smart. I know why they did it. Because if we announce new toys, if we announce new merchandise, if we announce new logos, and we just tell people, hey, this is going to be a part of something bigger eventually, we promise. Although we can't promise that, and we don't know when, and we don't know exactly what it's going to be, just trust us here. Just trust us. I'm sorry, but if there's one thing I don't have, it's trust in anything Friday the 13th related since 2009. Period, point blank. Nobody knows if we're ever going to see something again in Victor and Sean's lifetimes. And then even after they pass away, whoever inherits their IP on either side is probably going to continue this fight. So we have no idea what's ever going to come from this. So I just think announcing this is just really kind of shitty. And it looks like a really disgusting way, a greedy way of trying to get money from the fans because it's been a really long time since Friday the 13th has put anything new out. Look, don't tell me this is going to be the future for video games and movies and TV shows and you name it if you cannot tell me when or how or even guarantee that that's going to happen. I just find that to be really offensive and a slap in the face to anybody that loves this character or this franchise. Now, I've seen some people say, oh, well, they've said, hey, you need to calm down. They said they're going to do it. Okay, I want to be the next president of the United States. Does that mean it's going to happen? I actually don't want that. No. And putting all of your trust into these corporations and these rich dudes that are like, hey, trust me, it's going to happen eventually, that just makes you look like a sheep. I'm sorry, but it does, because you are buying into what they're selling. After 16 years of nothing, 16 years of radio silence, just because a couple of dudes can come out and say, hey, don't worry, it's coming, when all you have to do is Google and see exactly why things are the way they are and how there's no direct end in sight. What does that say about you? What does that say about what they are doing? It's just a really, really shitty proposition that you are selling to the fans. You're taking a shit on a platter and you're putting like some confetti on it to kind of disguise the fact that it's a turd, and you're giving it to the fans. And some fans that might not be all that knowledgeable on what's going on are eating it up, only to find out that probably 5 years from now, we still aren't going to have a Friday the 13th movie. And if we do, it's going to be based off of A24's Crystal Lake. It won't have Friday the 13th in the title. It won't have adult Jason Voorhees. It won't have the hockey mask. It won't have any of that, because that is where we are. We are still there today. And I just think that this reeks of corporate greed. And I really feel for anybody that is passionate about this franchise as I am about Halloween. Because even as somebody that's not a huge fan, I'm livid about it. I feel like it's a waste of my time. I don't know why news sites are covering this. I get it. Anything Jason's going to create clicks, right? To an extent, I guess. But really, when you dig into this, you peel back the layers on this onion, you come to find out there's no there. There's nothing there. This is hollow. It's empty promises. It's platitudes. It's bullshit. So look, the real answer here is we have no idea what the Jason universe is. We have no idea what it's going to bear out in the future. But what we do know is that they can't tell us anything right now. No matter how much they say they hope and they plan, they do not know. So don't just take their word as gold and run with it, because you'll find yourself 10 years from now in the same position you are right now going, where is Jason Voorhees at? That's how we got to this point. These empty promises, these legal battles, this issue with greed. It's all been about greed this entire time. And while I appreciate Horror Inc. for wanting to bring Jason back, and I truly do, you and I both know you can't promise that. So stop wasting everybody's time until there's something to actually announce. I don't care what has to happen, what channels people have to go through to make it happen. It's time to sit down at a table and iron this shit out. Because look, Sean and Victor don't have a lot of time left. They're both older men. Sean S. Cunningham has been at the forefront of defending and keeping this franchise alive. So if I had my druthers, he would be the one in charge moving forward. I would want to see him come out on top here. But regardless, you both want to make a shitload of money before you die or not? Get together and figure something out, because right now all we're getting are these empty promises that mean nothing. It's getting people excited, and I'm not trying to be cynical, guys, but it's just the way it is. We're going to be left in the same position 5 years from now if things do not change. They cannot say this kind of shit because they just don't know. It's really, really frustrating. It's a waste of everybody's time, but whatever. I digress. What do you guys think about the Jason universe? Are you so excited for a new logo? Are you so excited for a new machete? But no movies or anything of note to really consume. Whatever you have to say about it, comment down below in the comment section. I'm done ranting about it. But whether you're excited or rightfully cynical like me, whatever it is, comment down below and let me know what you think. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out, I guess.